The patient's handed off. Time to hit the snack room. Or maybe local coffee joint. Wait, tacos. Don't leave yet. You may be missing the single biggest advantage to becoming better at your job. And I'll tell you what it is on this One for the Road. There are some behaviors that I've found are just consistent in some of the best pre-hospital medical providers that I know. And one that I find is almost always present in every great EMT or paramedic is the desire to stay in the patient's room after they've handed off the patient to the ER. I know that a lot of our EMS systems are busy. There's often important calls to be run. There's a dispatcher tapping their foot or waiting for you to get back in service. But whenever it's possible, I think there are some good reasons to just stay in the room for a little while after you've done your handoff report. Instead of getting that signature and heading immediately for the door, I want to encourage you to try out just drifting back into the corner, maybe starting your EPCR if that's available to you, but also watching, listening, and trying to learn from what happens in that room in the moments right after you've put that patient on the bed. One thing that I like to do is to listen for questions that I didn't ask the patient. Understanding that they're going to ask many of the same things that I've asked, I also want to know what is high on their priority list of information that I maybe didn't think to ask. I also want to know what are the staff's first medical priorities with this particular patient. Are there urgencies of care that I could have provided that I did not? And what are the next steps in this patient's medical progression? When it's possible, when they're not too busy, I also think it's really helpful to ask the physician a question like, so what's your impression of the patient? When they've had their opportunity to do a little subjective and some physical evaluation, what do they think is going on? And does that match with my clinical impression? That also opens up the door for them to talk to me about, did you consider this? Or did you also think about this as a possibility? So that we can have a conversation that I can learn from and become better on my next call. It's an unfortunate truth that in EMS, experience does not always equal competence. Some folks run a lot of calls and never really get much better at their jobs. The ones who do get better are the ones who are genuinely curious about the patient's course of care and consistently seeking ways to be better on the next call. I'm going to guess that you are one of those people, or you wouldn't be here watching this video all the way to the end. I appreciate you using this video series as one of your tools to get better. Thank you for watching. I'm Steve Whitehead, and that is One for the Road.